You are now listening to the number one podcast in the multiverse with your hosts, Azrin and Alfika.
This is All the Way with A&A.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Way with A&A, and we are back again with episode 7, the recap, the spoiler recap. So if you haven't read the title, this is a spoiler recap. You have to watch the episode. You have to had watched the episode before you see the video. Or you don't have, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. But we're going to get right into it, man. With me today, as always, we have Alfiko. What's up, man?
What's up, uncles and aunties? I hope you had a nice week. Or you should have a better week than I did, but let's not get into it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just jump into
Oh, man, yeah. We hope everything's okay with you, man, Fiku. But okay, so let's jump into it with some general thoughts about the episode, and we'll get into the topics. So for me, first of all, I love this episode, man. From the beam right now that's going on is every time you see the end, please stand by screen, your life starts to go crazy. Like, what's going to happen next, right? That's literally been me for the past 6-7 episodes, because every time it says please stand by, my life becomes a countdown clock to the next episode of WandaVision. Like, I need to get to next week. How do I fast forward? So I love
Before
it.
you continue,
Yeah.
did we do the previous episode as well or no?
We can touch on it in this one. We didn't do an episode 6 recap, but in a way,
Okay.
6 and 7 do tie very, very closely to each other. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So-
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing.
okay, so that's my general thoughts. That this episode was so good, and I don't know if I told you this, but the show, the sign of a good show is the show in every episode, it asks you a question and also answers a previous question. And this episode answers maybe 2-3 questions, but opens up 10 more questions that we have no idea what the answer is. And the fact that we're on episode 7, we have 2 episodes left. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to end this thing. What did you think?
Of this episode or the one before?
Both.
I like the recent one more than the last one.
Ah.
Even though we got to see Quicksilver was, I like speedsters, you know,
Yeah.
like in general, like no matter what universe you come from. Also the character is also very funny, and he brings something to the table, but and if you compare with this episode, of course, it does not even compete in terms of revelation or
Mm.
or any information. It's just like, no, I mean you got information like in the 6th episode where Rambo's DNA was gonna mutate if she enters the thing again, the box or whatever you call it. That's one thing. And then Vision is he's actually still dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that scene. Yeah.
Yes, he's dead. Like if you bring him outside the box, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
And then Wanda went berserk where she expanded the box. Right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because-
I was watching that and I made a joke like she expanded the map. Like if you play video games and then the map, you unlock the new section of the map, you expanded the map.
Yeah, you expanded, like you play GTA.
Yeah.
What's this blood?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like that.
So yeah, that's like our general thoughts. So now we're gonna jump into the few main topics that I've written down for today, and the general ideas that stand out is this episode 7, it's a modern era sitcom. We're out of the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. We're now in the 2000s era. Well, last episode was Malcolm in the Middle, 1990s. You remember that growing up, or did you used to watch it?
The sixth one?
Yeah, the sixth one was Malcolm in the Middle, right? 1990s style.
Can you remind me what happened? I don't
Uh,
remember
it's
the
the
style.
whole comedic element of that was the Halloween episode, right? So it begins with the kid looking at the camera like mom and dad are not getting along or whatever, right? Like mom and dad are fighting, something like that. That's a style that they used
Okay.
for the 90s show. It looks very 90s. Even
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it's like even Stevens
Oh
as
yes,
well.
man.
Was it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Even
Yeah.
Stevens is so genius. I never thought about that. Yeah, even Stevens had the same style. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So I think I want to go back to episode 6. Halloween episode was really interesting when you remember all the things that happened. Like they were getting ready. They put on their Scarlet Witch and Vision costume, right? And Quicksilver had his Quicksilver costume, and he's closest to the twin that is much like him, who turns out to be Speed when he grows up. And I'm glad to see that the twins have powers, and it shows on episode 6. Yeah. So did you pick up anything interesting on that? Like why did Wanda say, don't go past Ellis Avenue to the kids, right? She specifically, the only rule is to, you can roam around wherever you want, but don't go past Ellis Avenue. I don't think she wants the kids to know whatever is on the other side of this hex.
I mean, I think we should know why now. But back then it was just maybe as a precaution, maybe if they go out, they will cease to exist.
They'll get
Something
kidnapped
like
or
that.
something like that. Kids, yeah.
No, cease to exist, like at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cease,
I
like,
get it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but maybe kidnap us or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Yeah. Oh, I should
But now
have.
we know
Yeah.
now we know that it's far from the case. I mean, for me, I don't know about for you.
Yeah, same here. But I want to note that in episode 6, I should have made a whole graphic for episode 6 because this is only episode 7. But episode 6, I loved it. I love Quicksilver in that episode. He carried that episode because he basically was the fans, and whatever came out of his mouth was whatever we think and we say as fans. Like, what happened to your accent? And then he said, what happened to your accent? And then when Scarlet Witch asked him, you remember the time we were kids and you had that friend? What was his name? And then Quicksilver was like, you're testing me, but he never answers the question. So that, when I watched episode 6, I was like, who else cannot answer a question about your past? Skrulls. I had a theory like, remember Skrulls from Captain Marvel? They can imitate your looks, they can imitate your abilities, but one thing they can't imitate is your memories. If you ask a Skrull what happened in your childhood, that's where you catch them. That's where you basically you figure them out. So when Quicksilver did that, I'm like, yo, this guy could be a Skrull, man. And till today is not even answered yet. So I think that theory could stand up. I don't know.
It did get answered, no?
It did get answered. Yeah. That's a theory that is shot down with one episode. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Quicksilver says things like, oh, he broke the fourth wall by saying, kick ass. And then Wanda was like, kick ass, which was a clever reference to his movie Kick Ass, which also starred another Quicksilver, 2 Quicksilvers in the same movie. You remember that movie?
Yeah, Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Starring Marvel's
the one-
Quicksilver and Fox Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
I noticed that. I know.
it was funny, man. Yeah. But I think everything that we want to ask about episode 6 will be answered in episode 7. So let's just jump into episode 7, right? Modern Family, The Office style. So the opening credits of episode 7 is like, Wanda, all these alphabets and letters of the opening credits, opening theme. And then it really reminds you of The Office. Did you ever watch The Office?
Yeah, the entire the entire. I mean, the whole 12 seasons, or
But
9 seasons. Like that.
okay, that's cool. Yeah, I never watched The Office. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it felt like the Office vibe to me,
Hmm.
uh, where they had the confessions every time something happened.
Yeah, yeah. That one scene when Agatha was like, "Oh, kids, I don't bite," and then we cut to the interview. I once bit a kid once. It's so funny, man. The way they cut to the interview, like, yeah, I once bit a kid. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think The Office does that. Yeah, a lot.
yeah, especially when they fight with the interviewer.
Uh,
Not fight, like have like a scuffle or
mm,
something.
yeah.
I don't know when they throw tantrums, like Vision did, like, why am I talking to you? Like, where am I?
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, by the way,
Whatever.
you remember the time when Wanda is in the interview angle, the interview shot, and then we hear the voice of the interviewer saying or asking something. I forgot the question, but it sounds like a man's voice. Do you remember? It wasn't. We know later on that Agatha was sitting in the director's chair, but that's the director's chair, not whoever was interviewing her. It sounds like a man's voice. Do you catch that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a guy, but I think
That was the throwing
she
off.
can do magic.
Uh,
She can do magic, right? Like maybe like her magic, like can
mask her voice.
um
Yeah.
mask her voice, like change the pitch or whatever.
Okay, probably. Yeah. Because I was
Or
like,
she
yeah.
could be entirely a different person, maybe
Oh.
like how Skulls do, something like that. Maybe
Okay.
she couldn't even recognize that the one interviewing her was actually Agnes. Could be that.
Oh
Something
yeah.
like
Yeah. It could be. Could be. Okay, so let's jump into the next really big thing that was in this episode. We got commercials back, and this episode, the commercial was about Nexus. To me, I don't really know what the significance of Nexus was, because you remember last episode, the commercial about the shark, the Yo Magic commercial, like, hey kid, you want to know how I survive? I feed on Yo Magic. And to me, that's like, oh crap, man. Is this a sign that, is a hidden message that this is what's going on in Westview? Someone is feeding on Wanda's magic? It could have, that was a big bomb drop if that was the case. And apparently this episode kind of confirms it at the end. But the commercial in this episode was about Nexus. Did you get what this was about?
I thought it was the reality stone.
Yeah, something about reality, like changing of.
The reality stone.
Ah,
Reality stone. Reality stone was red, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what I.
yeah.
That's
So
what I
yeah. So after the episode, I went and did some reading of what this Nexus commercial might mean, and even in the commercial, the voiceover was like, you can escape to another reality where everything can be just like what you want it to be. But then I read some stuff about it. Apparently, in the comics, there's this thing called Nexus of all realities, something that opens up the multiverse, the fact that there is millions of universes, pocket universes, and all that. So this could be an opening for, because this might be the last sitcom episode that we get. The other two episodes, I think, is going to be full-on MCU level drama. So I don't think it's going to be sitcoms anymore. So this is the last one, and they ended by saying some stuff about alternate realities. Kind of nice, man. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a nice segue to the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
The next one.
Which
Yeah,
I think comes after Spider-Man, no? After this is Spider-Man first, and then Doctor Strange.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah.
After that, then we'll get to see. Oh, that's actually a nice lineup. Actually, that's
Yeah.
Spider.
Yeah. All right, so this is the next topic that I'm really excited about, and I'm also kind of pissed about, is where in the world, in God's green earth, is the engineer, man. We have been hearing about this guy since episode 4. Oh, we need to go to the Hex. Oh, I know a guy. I know an aerospace engineer. And then episode 5, oh, you know what? He's coming. He's on the. We'll see him in an hour. He's right over the hill. And then episode 6, no, he's gonna be here. Episode 7, bro, we haven't met him, but did we actually meet this engineer? What did you think?
Remember when I told you that? I think that was the first episode when we discussed that Harkness knows the Fantastic Four. You know that, right?
Ah,
And
yes.
yeah, and then a couple more episodes after that, we discussed that the engineer might be Reed Richards,
Mhm.
right? I'm still leaning into that, if but if but if the engineer is already there, I don't know if this could be like an agent of some kind, right?
Mm,
It could be it could be that lady who was giving her
I know.
the space truck or whatever it's
Yes,
called.
man. Okay, so when you see this shot of Monica driving, and she's finally parking that her vehicle on the base, and all this time we get Marvel doesn't tease for no reason, or maybe they do, and then they let us with a red herring, and it doesn't turn out to be anyone. But she kept saying, "Oh, my guy is here, my guy is here." And then she parks her vehicle, she gets out of the truck, and then she meets this lady army girl, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, so yeah, the truck is waiting for you." Is that her? I was asking myself, like, this is no, she's not an aerospace engineer. She's clearly a military person. She's not an engineer. Or maybe she's wearing a uniform, but she's an engineer. But I feel like so unsatisfied because she said guy, man, this is clearly F, not M. This is an F.
Yeah, just hold on to hope that it's Reed Richards. It would be a nice segue to the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Okay, I
I
have
think that's a nice
two
segue.
minds about this because number one, I want it to be Reed Richards, like so bad. Like imagine seeing, because they say this cameo will be a big Luke Skywalker level cameo, and I feel like what could break the internet when you see a car pull up, the door opens and you see 2 feet step on the ground, and the camera zooms up with the man with the gray hair, and it's Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski, man, because everybody is fan casting this guy to be this one, Reed Richards, who was in The Office also, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
After the Office episode, you bring him the guy from the
From The Office. And I think Jimmy Woo was Asian Jim, right? He was Jim, and this is Asian Jim.
Yeah, and this one,
Yeah.
and this one normal Jim.
Normal Jim. So then we have the Office reunion going on. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So one thing, my first mind is, okay, I want it to be Reed Richards, but second, to play devil's advocate for myself, why would they introduce somebody as big as Reed Richards in a Marvel's WandaVision TV show? So maybe that's why they're saving him, or maybe they're not saving him. Maybe the episode 8 or 9, you'll be like, you know what, time to meet the real engineer. Because right now, I believe that wasn't the reveal yet, because Monica went in the Hex after Darcy went in the Hex. Who's left outside the Hex? Jimmy Woo, right? Jimmy Woo is still outside. So there's a reason why they left him outside. It's probably because they want him to meet whoever is coming. So yeah, probably, man.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. But why not her though? Why Jimmy?
I have no idea. Oh, you know why? That's a good segue to the next topic. Monica gets her powers. Oh man, this is when I was watching this one, the space truck was struggling so bad to get through this level 2 defense. After Wanda went out last time, she upped the defense, and now it's like all of a sudden a huge unbreakable barrier, and even a space truck couldn't get in. So Monica was like, you know what, I'll do it. So then she enters the hex seemingly so easily, man. And then, we saw all the DNA rewritten and all that, and in flashbacks of whatever's going on inside her past. And she comes out to the other side, and her eyes start to glow. And in Marvel movies, you know what happens when your eyes start to glow is you have superpowers. And the first thought I thought was, I'm so glad we didn't get an origin movie for this. Well, I'm so glad they explained this in 30 seconds. I'm so happy, man. We don't need a full story about this woman getting superpowers, man. I'm so happy, man. What did you think?
I thought this movie was about Wanda, not whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who she is now, but I feel like the fact that we need to give her a mini origin story, it's, forgive me, but unnecessary.
Yeah, it's not her show. Yeah.
It's not her show. But it is what it is. At least now we know like what happened. Sometimes we always complain of not knowing. Right?
Yeah.
Now we know, but I feel like this was kind of forced, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but I feel that way.
I do feel that way in the sense that what happened after that was she runs and makes her way straight to Wanda's house, and then you see the first sign of her using her powers. And I'm like, really? And when Wanda starts to get all pissed, like, hey, get out of my house. And then she starts to control her and levitate her. And then she's like, yeah, do it, no, send me out. And then her powers, Monica's powers glow blue and start to fight back with Wanda's powers. And I'm like, no way they're gonna do this. Are they really gonna do Wanda versus Monica right now? Monica, she doesn't even know how to use this now. It's gonna be a blowout. So I don't know, man. And then luckily, her guru came along, and they're like, and she's like, hey, please, don't fight, don't make problem here. Come with me, Wanda. And then she takes her to her house, and then I thought that, okay, she saved the situation, but unfortunately, that wasn't her saving anything. That was the first sign of it was Agatha all along, man. Can I say that we saw this coming from episode 1, but it still shocked me when they revealed it. Did it shock you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't call this some YouTuber that I just did a background check on what he said, and it was true, and it makes sense. Agnes.
Yeah.
Agatha Harkness.
Yeah, we said that. But part of me was like, is Marvel really gonna bring an ancient witch? How are they gonna? And then when she says the name's Agatha Harkness, darling, I'm like, what, bro, man? She said the name. It's confirmed. It's canon. Man.
But I am. We discussed this before the show about. You asked me whether I'm surprised. I'm surprised she was revealed this late.
Oh, okay.
7 episodes in.
Yeah.
To me, maybe the episode earlier, maybe it was fine, or maybe 5. I think 6 was perfect. 7 is too late already to me. Too late.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you have 2 episodes to figure out how to
tie it back. Yeah.
Not to tie it back, like how to beat this lady.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. That's true.
It's not only that, she's not the only villain.
Not the problem, yeah.
Hayward, that guy, Gordon Hayward.
Right,
He played for the Celtics. I don't like him.
Oh yeah, he's a problem for the outside world. Agatha's a problem for the inside world, and we don't even know if she's working alone, because we did see a magical book. Did you catch that? A shot of a magical book. Yeah,
could be Mephisto.
Right, she could be working for Mephisto or whatever is bigger entity, Nightmare, Mephisto, whatever. and we haven't even got introduced to that villain. And if the mini villain is introduced in episode 7, by the time episode 9 comes, it's going to be like a cliffhanger for the battle only. Like the end of episode 9, the finale, like, okay, they're starting to fight, and please stand by. And like, bro, man, are you serious? We're not going to get...
Like it could be that, or what could happen is, what could happen will be, like they do defeat Agatha, and then Mephisto runs away, and then season 2 gets renewed.
Oh.
The something like that, depending on how well it does. I think this series is good. I don't know if it's great yet. We'll see the episodes.
It's safe to say that if they wanted to renew it for season 2, then they wanted to base it on...
It's good enough. It's good enough to renew for me.
Yeah, if they wanted to base on performance, don't need to look further. Just look into the headlines of yesterday's news. WandaVision, #1 show in the world. So they they know how to... I mean, they know that if this needs a renewal, they could easily put the green light. And then she gets a mini theme song that flashes back to episode 1 when you see, the 50s episode. It was interesting to me because she didn't create this hex. That was so important to me. Agatha didn't create this hex. The hex existed before Agatha. So she just came along and inserted herself. She invited herself into this zone and
I don't think she... I think she planned all along, man. I don't know if you remember. I think in episode 5 or 6.
What happened?
Wanda was asked like, why are you doing like what's the process of you being this way, or why did you do this?
Yeah.
She just said, I don't remember much, but I just feel alone, and I just feel the need to do this. Like there wasn't like any structured plan or whatever like a construct like plan, you know what I mean? She just said, oh, I just want to do this.
Yeah, I get you, but
I feel like Agatha made her do this, like even in the ending of last episode, like she was controlling her, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, so you might just shut down my theory, because from what we saw, this was what we really explicitly saw, was Agatha came into the world and then transformed herself into the 50s and then knocked on the door. That's her first entrance. So it existed before Agatha. So why she just invaded Wanda's space? That's what I thought. But she could be under control. But why would someone who's controlling Wanda be making an entrance? Like, why wasn't she there all along? Like, why does she have to make an entrance? That's kind of weird.
What do you mean, like she was pretending to pretend? Is that
Yeah, in a way, because I'll flash back to the Agatha theme song, right? We see everything's in color, and then a witch comes down from the sky, transforms herself in a purple cloud of smoke and to a 50s character, goes into the house, it turns black and white, and then she knocks on the door. Hi, I'm Agnes. So that's her first appearance. And all of a sudden, we get to see all the time she's been making problems in all the episodes, like the magic show. She's the one who causes the hocus pocus to go wrong. And then in episode 3, it was a big point of discussion where I was like, why would she talk to Herb in a scared sort of way if she's the villain? And the answer was she tapped him on the back, she controlled his mind, and acted like she's also a victim in this pocket reality. So that's what she did. In the next few episodes, we get to see how she manipulated. She killed the dog. She called in Quicksilver, which is so important because she's the one who summoned whoever this fake Silver is. She's the one who conjured him up. And yeah, she's the reason for everything that's been going on. But I don't think she was the reason for this hex, man. I think WandaVision has been living peacefully until Agnes came along.
I think what I said made sense more because, like, after after Thanos, all you want is just peace, right? You don't want to cause havoc, right? Even after Tony's funeral, you don't want havoc, right? You don't want to break into a maximum security facility, bring someone out. I mean, like from what we knew before, it was out of grief. Now that uh, Agnes revealed herself, now it opens. It could be your avenue, could be my avenue.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm leaning towards my avenue because to me it doesn't make sense. You just had one of the, like, how many Avengers died? Two and that movie, and then Your Lover 3, and then basically like many more who died. Like you just want like to grieve and then to just live in peacefully. You
Yeah.
don't want more deaths. Not even innocent people you want to harm. Even I brought the Age of Ultron point last time,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
When Ultron thought of killing uh, of many people, she immediately switched
Switch sides.
before
Yeah.
she switched sides like that. So someone like somewhere along the line, I guess that came into picture. I thought like this as well. Okay, now they defeated Thanos, and basically half of the OG died,
Yeah.
right? OG crew died.
Yeah.
Agatha sees this as, oh, it's
It's a window
it's
of
an invitation. It's a window of opportunity to bang these people,
yeah.
something like that. Just like how Beck saw with Spider-Man, right?
Ah, right.
Yeah, see, it could be the same motive, same.
Okay. I like that, man. I like that. So I'm gonna stick with my theory. You'll stick with your theory. We'll see who comes out the other side because we have only 2 episodes left to see how they wrap this up. So okay, the last thing that happened in this, I almost skipped it because we never got it before. I never expected it. So when the credits rolled, I pressed X on my window, and then people started talking about post credits. What post credits? So I looked back into the episode. Apparently, there was a post credits, and yeah, remember when in episode 1 when I said, if they really do Agatha Harkness, we might be in for a witch versus witch battle, and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. But what happened in the post credit scene was almost disappointing for me, but I'm so glad something happened because Monica came and snooped around Agnes's house, and she finds the basement, and then she almost interfered with the witch versus witch. It could be witch versus some other mutant. I'm like, no need. Has to be witch. Yeah.
Just to maybe, I don't think it will ruin your day, but do you know that Monica eventually becomes Captain Marvel?
I said that. I said that episode in the last episode. Monica goes by Photon, Spectrum, Captain Marvel. She has like 62 names. Yeah, that she goes by.
Aliases.
Yeah.
Aliases.
So aliases. Yeah, you're right. So I don't know which one she will go by, but she will be a superpowered individual. And if she wants to fight Wanda, whatever, keep that for next series, next season. But this season, I want to see witch versus witch. So the person who stopped her, like Snooper's gonna snoop, was Quicksilver, man. I thought she conjured up Quicksilver from nothing, and then he vanished. And I thought, like, he's just a figment of imagination or something. But he apparently exists, and he's just been hiding.
Hiding where?
We don't know where, because we haven't seen him this whole episode. And the only time we saw Quicksilver was in the Agatha montage, when we see her poofing up Quicksilver at a doorstep. And then I assumed that, okay, so she made him up from nothing. And then we don't see him in the whole episode because there really is no Quicksilver. Until the last shot well, we saw Quicksilver. Where did he come from? Where has he been hiding? Who is really Quicksilver? Because we know now he's a fake imposter, right? He's sus, so we don't know who he really is.
It's Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin. Yeah. I had the feeling when he showed up at the doorstep, like he could be somebody that it's not that easy for multiverse to be opened up. He's not from Fox. He's not even from Marvel's Avengers Quicksilver. He's an imposter. So yeah, he's a...
He's from Fox, right?
Yeah, he is from Fox, but he's not really from... You get it? Like, he's an imitation, a fake doppelganger of the Quicksilver from Fox. I don't think he's really... they might,
Really him.
yeah, they might confirm it in the next episode, like, oh, this is the Quicksilver who rescued Magneto from the prison, who worked with Wolverine and all that. They might confirm it, but for now, I think this Quicksilver is a figment of Agatha's. People are speculating she's his son. Oh, he's her son, sorry. Because Agatha has a son called, what's his name? Something Scratchy. Nicholas Scratch? Yeah, Nicholas Scratch, who was in the comics her son. Then that's why the closest, guess to Quicksilver's real identity is Agatha's son. What do you think?
I didn't know that she had a son, so it could be.
Or Mephisto himself. Yeah.
It could be Mephisto as well. It's himself, Anyway, I didn't know that. That's a nice Easter egg.
Yeah. But yeah, the bottom line is I don't think Quicksilver from Fox suddenly turned into evil Quicksilver. No, I don't think so, man. I think, or maybe he's under control, right? Like Wanda is, like everybody is. So, yeah, who knows, man? 2 episodes. I'm so hyped for these next 2 episodes because he might be real Quicksilver, he might be fake. But so far, from what we've seen from this guy, he's actively trying to get the kids away from Vision. He's trying to get the kids closer to the kids somehow, and their favorite uncle. And even in this episode, the babysitter Agnes was playing like, "Oh, I can take care of the kids, Wanda. Leave them to me." Which brings the question: where are the kids? What happened to the twins? Do you think they died already, or do you think that they will, reveal them next episode?
Either that or they're being consumed by Mephisto.
Which we know, yeah.
And in the comics, we knew that, right?
Yeah.
Agatha played Wanda to have kids because Mephisto wants those kids to be his.
Yeah.
To create an army of some kind.
And the kids are basically his own souls, parts of his own soul, right? So he has to reabsorb them to feel whole again or something. And then that's why he needs to reabsorb the kids. So if they did this off screen and we don't see how the kids die, quote unquote die, then we might never get to see the kids again, man. So sad.
You might see them.
Yeah.
Maybe they're villains probably.
Yeah. What do you think about next episode? Will we see a full flashback episode of? Usually, I think series do this. When we get closer to the finale, there's usually one episode where it's like a flashback of how we got to that point. So maybe in episode 8 or early episode 9, we get to see how Wanda infiltrated the base, like from her point of view, how she created Westview. Maybe we get to see her land in this empty New Jersey town and suddenly build this bubble. I don't know. We might get to see a flashback.
If what you're saying is right, let's next episode is that's the thing you just said just now.
Yeah.
Then what you said before, even earlier this episode about they'll be hanging, meaning Mephisto and if he doesn't exist at all, then Agatha will escape or they will get whatever they want. So basically it's a mini
loss.
War Part 1.
Yeah.
mini saga already.
Yeah.
But I don't want that. I want
A,
some
a
kind of
conclusion, yeah?
conclusion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, same here. I get it. I get it. Even though they say WandaVision is part of a huge story arc with Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2, I want there to be some sort of closure, man. I don't care if it's a sad closure. I don't care if it's Wanda killing Vision for the fourth time and then getting rid of her kids, going crazy, becoming the villain of Doctor Strange 2 or whatever. There has to be some kind of closure.
yeah, closure. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. And basically this episode was like she confirmed that she realizes she's the villain. Yeah, I think there was a conversation with Monica, right? Like, I don't want you to become a villain. And then Wanda says something like, I'm already the villain. Like, something like that, man. It's so scary to, as a hero and Avenger, admits themselves as a villain. That's like, oh man, where did everything go wrong? And we didn't even touch about Vision's time with Darcy, man. I thought that was so, that was the funniest part of the episode where they just played catch up. Yeah. They played catch up with the MCU in the van that they were traveling in. And then they stopped it.
Yeah, Vision, did you know that you died twice?
So I was once AI named Jarvis, and I'm like, oh yes, man, you said the name Jarvis. You said his Muslim name. You said his real birth name, man. His Jarvis, man.
That's Muslim name.
Yeah. I love it, man. He remembers his origins. I'm so happy to see Paul Bettany's performance as Vision. Every episode I appreciate his acting even more.
Yeah, he started off being like a very robotic.
Yeah.
Serious, and then now very
Humanly,
joyful.
Yeah.
Very humanly, very joyful.
Right, yeah. And not only the joy that he conveys very well, even in the tense moments, like when he yells at Wanda, remember that fight? He yells at Wanda like, you don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda. I was like, this guy's an Oscar winner. This guy's an Oscar Academy level actor, man. We forget about this sometimes. He's playing a dude in a costume with green paint on his face, but he's an Oscar caliber actor, man.
He is, you're right.
So, yeah, man.
Anything else you want to add, or you can...
One more thing that I want to add. Like, I want to play prediction time right now. First prediction I want to make is the engineer will make the appearance on episode 9. The final episode, we'll get to see the engineer, whoever it is. Even if it's not Reed Richards, it's someone. But hopefully it's a good one. And
it could be Iron Lad. You know that?
Oh, yes. Who becomes Kang, no?
Yeah.
Yes, man. Oh, that's amazing. But Iron Lad is a kid. Can he be an aerospace engineer?
You could be studying as a
final year.
Internship.
Internship. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, could be. I like that, the way that it ties into Kang and how I want to see how they do this Iron Lad versus Kang storyline, because they're essentially the same person. Okay, second prediction I want to make is in episode 8 and 9, we will get post-credit scene, because from now we've got one, right? I don't think they will just leave it for the next two without post-credit scene. So I think there will be post-credit scenes for both 8 and 9. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they will stop doing the commercials and now run to post-credit scenes.
Okay, all right. Any big predictions like big villain or big hero coming in to help? I don't know.
I'm still. It could be double feature, Doctor Strange and Mr. Fantastic. They both will come.
I got goosebumps.
Both New Yorkers, right?
Yeah.
They could be high school or whatever. Cannot be uni. Uni already different. One engineer, one doctor. Cannot enter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They could go to, from they could go for they could come from the same high school, or they could be the new Hulk and Iron Man. You know?
Oh yes, man.
Oh,
Oh, the science bros.
the bromance, the
Yeah,
bromance.
yeah. And by the way, we keep forgetting that. Remember in Far From Home, they keep Spider-Man Far From Home. They keep teasing of, oh, Avengers Tower has been sold, but we never know who sold it. The big theory is either Oscorp Tower or Baxter Building. And I think the biggest theory now is Baxter Building, right? So if it, yes, man, if it ties into Spider-Man, we'll be like, hey, I just bought this building. Who's making problems in my city? Because New Jersey's next to New York, right? So like, hey, I heard some problems up in New Jersey. I wonder what's going on. Let's bring my team. Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, what a great episode, and 8 and 9 is gonna be big and bonkers, man.
Be so it's gonna end March, right? Next week.
Next March 5th, yeah. So we'll get one in February.
No more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You wanna
sadly.
you wanna do on that day itself, the next day,
I want to
on
do.
that day, the
Oh,
next
the
day,
final. Then oh, okay. I don't.
or you wanna do every week?
Every week, because
Every week,
I want to process it. Like yesterday we watched it, right? So we had one day to process it, and then today we talk about it. So we need some processing time.
No, like I'm asking you whether you wanna do 8 and then review and then 9 again.
Oh yeah, no, we can do
Recaps
that.
and then
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
so
it.
that has been our recap, spoiler-filled review of episode 7. Can't wait to see what comes next. We'll see you next time.
This has been another episode of All the Way with A&A.
Brought to you by Azrin and Alfico. On to the next one. See you soon.